I am the stone that the builder refused. I am the visual, the inspiration that made ladies sing the blues. I'm the spark that makes your idea bright. The same spark that lights the dark so that you can know your left from your right. I am the ballad in your box, the bullet in the gun, the inner glow that let you know to call your brother son. The story that just begun, the promise of what's to come. And I'ma remain a soldier till the war is won. Chop, chop, chop. Flip. Chop, chop, chop. Chop, chop, chop.
What's happening, guys? It's your boy Swift Booty coming at you with that new segment Late to the Party where we review games that have been out for too long but we don't give a shit. And the game we're going to be looking at today is Dragon Quest Heroes and the Convoluted Last Name. Now this game is a Dynasty Warriors style game where you beat up on smaller enemies as a godlike creature. But we're going to be reviewing it as a standalone game rather than a Dynasty Warriors style type of game. Now this game obviously caters to fans of the Dragon Quest series, but those who have never played a Dragon Quest game shouldn't feel alienated because this is just a fun game for anyone to pick up and play.
Axis available.
For starters, this game looks great. It's not exactly breathtaking, but it looks beautiful in HD. And if some of the characters look familiar to you, that's because the lead character designer for this game is none other than Akira Toriyama, who is the creator of Dragon Ball. And what I like about the music in this game is that they chose the battle music from previous games like Dragon Quest IV and Dragon Quest VIII and put them in the battle sequences as you're fighting hordes of enemies. And they even took the boss battle music from those games and put them in when you're actually fighting bosses. I chose the English dub in this game over the Japanese dub because in previous games they would have characters that would have accents like a Scottish accent or a Cockney accent, and I wanted to hear these accents in full audio. And the English voice actors did a fantastic job of capturing the essence of characters who didn't have voices before, like Elena or Bianca.
Tsarevna, please to desist with these needless braveries. This, as you see, is a gigantis and one of many 100 times your scale.
He is merely obese.
Dragon Quest Heroes is just a fun beat-em-up game that offers an intricate yet simple design playstyle. It has a 2-button fighting style and executes a different combo depending on the sequence in which you press the buttons. It keeps combat fresh and interesting as you make your way through the game, playing as different characters and learning how to use them. Now there are 13 characters to choose from, and each of them are different and unique in their own way. Each character utilizes the tension mechanic, which is a meter that fills on the bottom left hand of your screen the more you defeat enemies, and can also be charged if you hold down the circle button. Once the meter is full, a character can go into tension mode, which gives them unlimited MP as well as makes them invincible. Once the tension meter has been depleted, the character will activate their coup de grace, which unleashes a powerful attack on all enemies around or in front of them. Now, the story for this game is simple. A bad guy makes the whole world unpleasant for the heroes, and his darkness brings all these heroes from other worlds together so they can help bring him down. And the main story will take you about 23 to 27 hours depending on how you like to play. All the characters in this game are all lively and they're all full of charisma, especially the two main characters who are far from generic. The male lead, Lucius, is a strategist who prefers to plan out his next move, while the female lead, Aurora, likes to face her battles head on and guns blazing.
Well, I'm no shrinking violet myself. Inward! To combat! Stay here if you want. I'm going with her.
Kirill, was it? You have my sympathies. Suffice it to say, I know how you feel.
I find it funny because he's cool-headed but he uses fire attacks, and she's like hot-headed but she uses ice attacks. The cool thing about this game is that there aren't that many characters, so it doesn't feel overwhelming and it feels like there's a balance between all of them. The characters themselves blend together really well so that it doesn't feel awkward when they're talking to each other.
Are, can it be you, my hero?
I fear I must disappoint you. I am far from rich. You're not denying the handsome part, though, eh?
This game provides plenty to do outside of the main story, such as collecting ingredients for alchemy and completing side quests. You can create accessories in alchemy to make your character stronger, as well as complete side quests in order to unlock alternate costumes as well as bigger inventory space. And this game provides plenty to do once you finish the main story. You can play challenge maps as well as fight souped up versions of previous bosses. And you can try completing all the accolades in the game, which basically reward the player for achieving tasks such as getting every weapon in the game or completing all the quests. I like how different each and every one of the characters feel, and how different they play from each other. I prefer to play as the more unique characters like Isla and Bianca, rather than the more straightforward characters like Terry and Jessica. Isla tends to play kinda like a rhythm character, whereas Bianca likes to fight from afar with her bow. And King Doric. Just King Doric. There are some gripes I have with this game though, like with money and mini-medals. Mini-medals are a rare currency that can be acquired from accolades, completing quests, as well as random drops from enemies. They can be spent on recipes for accessories, as well as ingredients for those recipes, as well as weapons and orbs. And the problem with that is that you need the recipe to create accessories, and the only way to get those is to either get them from random drops from enemies or buy them from the mini-medal shop. And even the process for making these accessories, you would have to get the ingredients, which are also random drops from enemies, or you can buy them with mini-medals. And it sucks because mini-medals are so scarce, and once you spend all of them, the only way to get more is to farm them off of enemies, or start a new game plus, which carries over your current medals while you acquire new ones. And as you get further into the game, the orbs and weapons for your party get more and more expensive. It even doubles in price at one point. The merchants will have new equipment for you after you complete a story section, and you're not going to have enough money to buy all of it just from playing the story, which means you're going to have to farm it, which is just annoying. I like to buy orbs for each and every member of my party, which is pretty much impossible to do once you get further into the story. What you really only need to do is buy 4 and switch them around from your party, but even that's just annoying to do. Another thing I don't like is that you can't switch out the main character, which means that you shouldn't play as the other main character who is basically the same person. That would just like waste a slot in your party. And another thing, if I have tension, 8 times out of 10 I will accidentally activate, because all you have to do is press the circle button, which is the button you press for magic when you bring up your skills. And once you're in tension, it's easy to accidentally activate your coup de grace because it's the same thing, just press the circle button. And lastly, there is no difficulty setting. This game is really easy to beat, and deaths go unpunished. If you die, you keep all your EXP and gold you earned during the fight. But all of that aside, this is just a fun game for anyone to pick up and play, and should be a must-buy for fans of beat-em-up games, RPGs, or anyone who's a fan of the Dragon Quest series. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, go ahead and leave a like. If you want to see more reviews, go ahead and leave your suggestions down in the comment section below. I may or may not put out a review for the characters in the game, for their differences and stuff, depending on my mood. 60% sure I will not. But if you want to see that, go ahead and leave a comment. Alright, cool. Good job, guys. You watched the whole video. I wonder how many of you will stay. That's crazy. Bye.